Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Aakriti Bhargava, co-founder Wizikey, over here as she talks about technology to the rescue of PR, how technology will change public relations in this decade. Thank you so much for being with us, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Shubhadeep. Thank you so much, everyone. ImageXX, you've had a long day. All of you, how many of you have had tea already? Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you're awake. Okay, for the rest of you, I'm going to ask a few questions to begin with, so that all of us wake up. And then we can listen into how, okay, I'll ask certain questions. But first to introduce myself, I am Aakriti, I'm co-founder at Wizikey. I've been in several roles within PR. First, I was in an agency, then I was in corporate communications, then I ran an agency for 10 years. I don't know why, but yes, I did. And then I ended up saying that we need to change something, and that's how Wizikey happened. Wizikey is a product which believes that tech should serve PR. And which is why I'm here, because I think we are very, very smart people in this industry. Very quickly, how many of you are more than 5 years? Raise your hands. More than 5 years of experience. Okay. Okay, more than 5. More than 5, no, less than 5? Less than 5, okay. Very few hands were up because I think tea is still not well served. Okay, so, okay, but let's start with, let's quickly have another round of questions. How many of you use WhatsApp to communicate with your peers about news that has appeared in the morning? Okay, great. How many of you use Excel sheets and emails? Okay, great. And how many of you end up at the end of the month collating it all in an Excel sheet, all the news? Okay, one. Okay, okay, great. Okay, so yeah, I think the peeves of are very clear here as to why we need tech to work for us. And yes, one of the things that we want to know, I don't think it's working. इधर करके करना है. Yes. So friends, I don't want to really delve into history because history is the most boring subject to me, not to everybody. Please don't take it. But yeah, I think it makes us, but we got to know a little bit about what evolution of PR is. Let the first three be, you can absorb it for yourself. But early 20th century or maybe beyond that till the 2020, 2010 or so, we've been consuming a lot of print and broadcast media. And then, to the woo of all of us, right, that we had a media explosion that we really did not know how to understand and take, which is, we got websites, we got social, we just, they had a very fantastic panel here on podcasts. So all of this happened pretty quickly for us, and media explosion has happened, and we're still reeling under it, but we're still evolving from how the change has been so fast paced, we are still evolving from how we used to collate and understand this analysis and analyze how it impacts us, right? Okay, so what has happened today? And if you agree with me, just raise your hand. The speed of news, the pace that it is getting generated has gone 10x, if not more, right? And media has also exploded, and in this whole, maze and unpredictability of things, we are starting to have an unpredictable life, right? Apeksha and I were talking the other day, hey Apeksha, and she was saying that the pace is so much, we got to get things done, and right now I was at another meeting, people were handling crisis on the go, because earlier we had to wait till the next day for the crisis to happen because it would happen in papers, but today, left, right and center, it can happen on Twitter, it can happen on anything, right? So that's where we are, and therefore what has happened is, this is how our first 15 minutes of the day go. Right. The first 15 minutes of the day basically is the time which decides for us how our rest of the day would go, right? You all must be looking at your early morning trackers to decide if there is a crisis that will change the course of your day. So that said, I was constantly thinking about why is tech not intervening in PR. Did you ever think about it though? Sales has a lot of tech. HR has amazing tech. Okay? Think of any function and it has a lot of tech. But we always had big data. We had so much news which had to come together and give us insights from it. I was a young girl at 18 years. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get into PR because PR, I read in Michael Porter's competitive strategy that news helps you bring a lot more strategy. And then I entered the industry and we had a lot of big data, but we were all doing manually. We had algorithms running in our head every day. We are scanners, right? We could scan papers like in a jiffy, but we had very little tech because tech so far lacked emotional intelligence. And thanks to Gen AI, this emotional intelligence has now come into technology that is serving a lot of functions, but of course it can serve PR much more effectively. And therefore it can complement humans. I'm not saying it will take away anything from what we do, but it can complement humans. How will it complement humans? 3 things that will really impact us and it will change our lives for the better in the next wave. Yeah, these are really the things that we've all brainstormed internally at Wizikey as to what can change in the next few days. First thing, and I'll just go through one by one. First is speed. We do things at a pace which is unbelievable today, right? News is coming at unbelievable pace, but what happens is when it comes to reports, creating reports or creating media lists, how many hours do you put into creating media lists? Not now, but yeah, maybe 5 years back. Or how many hours do you put into creating reports today? Like 2 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours, 2 days in a week for the monthly report. So this is what AI and technology can definitely immensely change, and I'm going to show you an example of this as well. Accuracy is another place where we will be deeply impacted as a business. So PR will change because we will need to, tackle deepfakes. So AI and technology would be able to remove deepfakes. Sentiment analysis will happen more accurately, not completely accurately, but more accurately, okay? And it will happen at a fantastic pace, like 1 lakh articles in under a second. That's the pace we're talking. Predictive analysis, okay? So we were working with one of our customers and they said, look, we have crisis globally and we want to know as soon as possible where is it that we've been mentioned, especially negatively. We said, okay, we'll bring it to your email. They said, we don't check emails, we check emails every 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, so what are we going to do about that? They said, we want it on WhatsApp. Today, this is possible and it's already done. We did this for one of our customers where a negative news, when it gets triggered and it's tracked and it's into data, it will immediately come to your WhatsApp. So that's predictive analysis. Will go even a step further. It will analyze the news and it will tell you in advance that you are facing a potential crisis because of the policy changes that are going to happen. So that's another predictive analysis is going to come big time into our, sorry for the typo there, it's analysis as we say in North India. AI summaries of large amounts of data, this is already happening, it's going to happen. You can use several tools for it. You can use Claude, GPT, you can use, there are many where you can quickly put in data and get summaries, but collection of data would be harder for you. So for that, you would definitely need technology to bring data sources from across the world and bring that data to your dashboards. And one thing that you will definitely change is that will definitely change is that you will start seeing all that you are looking at for your competition and for yourself on one single dashboard. And then my favorite part is creativity. We all are creative people, and sometimes we get so much fixed into the rut of work, we don't end up brainstorming ideas, and that's exactly what you can do with GPT, you can do it with Claude, you can do content, generate content, give ideas, generate that content into videos. And last, I think matching should have been somewhere on speed. Matching is you've given an idea and it can find matching content across the globe. So that's something that is going to happen in PR. So speed, accuracy and creativity are just how we'll get benefited. But for me, it means fun, science and magic. I think that's what is really happening to our profession now at the intersection of Gen AI, ML, AI coming into our lives. We're going to have more fun in our daily jobs. We are going to have more science in our daily jobs, and it will lead us to magic. So moving on, so what our lives, I mean, I think we've heard so many times, and I don't like it, that PR is among the most stressful jobs in the world. Do you like that? I mean, do you think that is it true? And do you like to be called out that, you know, you are in one of the most stressful jobs in the world? Why is it so stressful? Of course, it's unpredictable. There's a lot of crises. We manage CXOs. But we do want to go from stress to success with metrics, with satisfaction of what we're achieving every day, right? And that is all that is happening with the speed of magic. Let me give you an example. Okay, so I was earlier talking about creating campaign reports, and reporting used to take 40 hours per release. We worked on this, that how many of you did a press release in the last 1 month? Okay, and how much time did you take to collate the coverage of the press release into a document? Let's say, I'd say 4 hours. Raise your hands. It took more than 4 hours? Let's say there were 100 pieces of press coverage. How much time would you take to collate that? 4 hours or more? Or less than 4 hours? 4 hours, more than 4 hours, okay. So that's what when one of our customers, Mumbai Indians, came to us and said that we don't want to do this coverage collation, especially with matching and downloading and all of that. Can you do that for us? And can you figure it out? We said, okay, we will try and figure out how to do this, not manually, but with the latest technologies. That is when we said we'll get more than 100 coverages. Even if it is less, it works, but more than 100 coverages in less than 6 minutes converted into a report. And that's possible with, I'll tell you, I'll give you the examples also, but I'll quickly run this is not working. Can you play a video?
Hello everyone, I'm Amara.
No, this is not the video. Not this one, the earlier one. If it's not there, it's okay. Basically, remove this video. Okay, basically, you will read a lot of text here, but if there is a headline, the headline can be used by AI today using various algos. It can be matched to all that is there in print, in online media, and give you that coverage which is relevant to that headline that you fed in the system. Are you with me on this? And then it just creates, suppose there are 50 headlines that come up, it creates it into a dossier along with metrics on those 50 odd headlines that you got out of the press release that you issued. You might ask me, is it going to be accurate? Yes, it is accurate up to 60% matching. We can lower the matching to 50%, 40%, and that's how the era of making dossiers and converting coverage reports from press releases should be, according to me, should be already over. And within the next 1.5 years, we'll see more such technologies that will make sure that we don't have to do this manual work. And if you're with me, just please, for one moment, feel the joy of having tech in our lives, which is not taking away any jobs, by the way. Okay, if anything, I feel tech will only give us more jobs. Okay, now another one. Now sharing insights with management has always been this painful, large, or month on month dossier of coverage or some sort of PDF, right? Or do you use any other formats? Do you use audio formats? Video formats? No, okay. So we said, okay, it does make a lot of sense to have these good all coverage put into one package, but how about getting some smart insights which can be automated, like get story weight analysis into it, news score into it, voice of the brand, all of these put into together, and that's how you get, we got an avatar into place, and this is just first of the avatars in the world for PR, but I'm pretty sure we'll have few more again. And suppose you have, I'll show you what a coverage dossier in this would look like, and now let's play the video.
Hello everyone, I'm Amara, Chief Reports Officer from Wizikey, your single source of comprehensive information of media coverage for the PR and comms team. I'm going to present an analysis of media coverage for the G20 Virtual Summit hosted by PM Modi on the 22nd of November. Let's get started. The November 22nd summit secured over 203 online articles within a week across major Indian and global publications. Potential viewership topped 623 million, led by outlets like NDTV, Hindustan Times, India Today, and many more. Sentiment was overwhelmingly positive.